Hi guys, it's Amber from Amber Eats Books, and I'm here today to do a tag video. I have not been keeping up with my tag videos at all. There's a bunch that I've been tagged in. I have written them all down in my notebook, in this handy dandy purple composition notebook. I have written them down. I am going to try my best over the course of September into October to catch up on all of these tag videos. I think I have like 8 or 9 that I actually have to catch up on. I will do it. The one I picked today was actually the BookTube Newbie Tag 2.0, and I was tagged by JD Estrada. I love him. I love his channel. I just think he is a great person. Please go check it out if you have not already. He's so cool. We always connect, not here, even here on BookTube, we connect on Twitter and Instagram, and just every time he's so kind and warm and welcoming and just a joy to call a friend here on BookTube. And it was created by Michael S. Deutsch, which is another person that I've recently become friends with here on BookTube. He had just started his channel fairly recently, I believe, and he has already amassed quite a little following, and he is just very genuine and open and honest and is really great about getting back to you. Like if you comment on his videos, he gets back to you very, very quickly. And I've just really been enjoying our conversations and his friendship here on BookTube. So please go check out his channel as well. Anyway, let's get into these questions. Question number 1, what genres would you like to see talked about more on BookTube? I feel like a lot of YA is talked about on BookTube. That's been addressed. But I follow a ton of channels that talk about a variety of genres. Not only young adult, but horror and sci-fi and literary fiction. It's just a whole gamut. Even middle grade gets a lot of love on some of the channels that I personally subscribe to. What I don't see a lot of people talking about, and I can understand because none of us are children here on BookTube, but are children's picture books. I adore children's picture books. I find that being able to write a good children's picture book is very hard. It's not as easy as everyone thinks. I've probably read thousands of them over the course of my children's lives to them. And we have really enjoyed so many of them that I feel like even now that my children are getting older, my oldest is in high school, but my youngest, she's in 3rd grade. She still enjoys picture books here and there, but she's kind of getting much more into chapter books. But even as she's growing out of them, I feel like I still want to get some out of the library just to keep current and to read for myself. So I may start to review some children's books here on the channel just for my own personal enjoyment, but I would love to see other people do that as well because they're just a lot of fun. They're just great, and I would love to be able to get recommendations on those books because I get recommendations on all the other genres. Question number 2, what do you feel is the best way to make friends on BookTube? As many other people have said in this tag answering this question, it's just commenting on people's videos, but I feel like the very best way is to be genuine in your comments on other people's videos. That means actually taking the time, watching the whole video, and being able to make a thoughtful comment. There are times where I'll watch a video and not comment because I really don't have anything to add to the conversation. I don't really have anything funny or smart to say or anything like that. So sometimes I'll choose not to comment just because I don't want to comment if I'm not feeling 100% like I'm adding something to that conversation. So I'll kind of refrain. But for the most part, I always try to find something in the video that I can connect with and that I can leave a thoughtful comment about. And then people will respond to that, and then you end up having conversations, and sometimes you'll connect outside of BookTube on Twitter or on Instagram or somewhere, Snapchat even, and you will find friendships blossom there as well as BookTube. But the best way I would say is conversation in whatever form that is. Question number 3, what do you enjoy most about making BookTube videos? That would definitely have to be that moment when I finally upload the video, when I'm waiting to hear back about what people have to say about it or conversations get started in the comments. That's my favorite time. I have to say I'm not a huge fan of the actual filming and all of that, but I guess that culmination when it all comes together and you understand why you're actually doing this, that's probably my favorite part. Question number 4, what do you least look forward to? I least look forward to probably prepping for videos. I'm not one that likes to like sit down and have to like write out things or plan out things. But I find that if I don't do that, then my videos don't come out the way that I want them to. So I definitely am not a big proponent of that part. I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I also don't want to prep myself for the videos sometimes. I just hate sometimes having to put on makeup or do my hair or whatever. I mean, I guess I could come on here au naturel, but I may scare a few of you if I do that, just because like I am not that well put together when I'm just like lounging around the house. You know what I mean? We all have those days where we just do not want to put on makeup, but those are normally the days when I'm able to film. So I have to like fight with myself. Like, do I want to put on makeup and get myself like at least presentable to the world, or do I just want to lay here and continue watching TV? And a lot of times just laying here, continue watching TV wins. So I guess that it's just the biggest drawback for me to making videos. Another thing that I don't enjoy, but I find it's a necessity, is how many takes sometimes I have to do to get my words out properly for my videos. I will sometimes reshoot the same like book review like 4 or 5 times because the thoughts that I'm having in my head don't translate to my mouth quite as well as I want them to. They just like, there's a miscommunication somewhere and I end up tripping on my words or forgetting what I wanted to say and I just can't get it out. So I stop, delete it, retake it. And sometimes, like I said, I do that like 3, 4, 5 times in a row and it gets really annoying by the last take. I mean, eventually at the last take, it may not be perfect, but it's definitely better than the first take was. But that process is just a pain in the rear end. So that's something I don't enjoy as well. Question number 5. What videos other than tags, wrap-ups, reviews, and recommendations would you want to see more of? Well, that pretty much sums up BookTube, so I don't know what else there is. No, I definitely love seeing discussion videos. More and more lately, I have been gravitating toward those types of videos before the rest of them. I just love being able to listen to whatever it is they're discussing. Like one recently was the pressures of BookTube, which I kind of made a response video towards. But I love hearing the discussions lately. I just find them really fascinating and I want to do more of them. And I've kind of been, at first thought I was having a hard time coming up with some discussion ideas, but as time has gone on and more people have done more discussion videos, it kind of sparks more things that I want to talk about. So I'm hoping to do more of those in the future, and I hope other people will do more of them as well. Question number 6. What are some themes you want to see more or less of in books? I don't know if this is a theme or more like a trope, but I hate insta-love. Like, I hate it with a burning passion. If there's a book that contains insta-love, I'm immediately like turned off from it. There are a couple of exceptions. I mean, very few and far between exceptions that do it kind of well. Maybe it's not insta-love, but it's like insta-attraction or something like that, which I will put up with. But insta-love, where you go from not knowing the person to immediately feeling like you can't live without someone and you're gonna die if they're not near you, that sort of thing, just like, I don't know, it just turns me off so much. So like, I definitely could do without that ever again in books. Something that I'd like to see more of, I'd like to see more books that center around elderly people. I love books with older main characters. I just find them fascinating. I feel like older people have so much to give and so much knowledge to pass down, and I just find that they also don't give a crap anymore because they're at that age where they know what's important and what's not important. Has nothing, like, they don't care. They'll just tell you how it is. I would just love more books with those kind of characters. I really enjoy older characters. I don't see enough of them. Question number 7. What are some of your BookTube goals? I've made a goals video at the beginning of the year. Excuse me. Some of my goals were to change the way that I've been doing some of my reading and to read more of this or read more of that. I think moving forward, my biggest BookTube goals is to just have fun. Stop putting so much pressure on myself to do the same things that everyone else is doing and take the pressure off myself of having to put videos up on specific days, or take the pressure off myself to read all the books It's okay if you get into a slump. It's okay if you don't want to read. So moving forward, my goals for the rest of the year is to just have fun and to post videos when I feel like posting, because I feel like quality over quantity is my biggest goal right now. Question number 8. What advice would you give to a booktuber who just started their channel? Well, this is basically the same answer to the last question. Just have fun. Don't put any pressure on yourself to be like any other channels. Don't put the pressure on yourself to post videos that you feel like you should post, or don't post on days that you feel like you should post or times that you feel like you should post. Just post what you want when you want. Just make sure you're being genuine and make sure that you are having as much fun as possible. Question number 9. What are some qualities or traits that you look for when it comes to watching other booktubers? I watch so many different kinds of booktubers. If you go ahead and look at the people that I'm subscribed to, or the videos that I like to watch, you'll see them in my liked videos if you go back on my page. I watch so many different kinds of booktubers, but the one common trait through all of them is genuineness. They are so passionate and genuine about the books that they read, the topics that they discuss, just their life in general, that I love watching them. I can listen to all of them talk because they all have real passion for what they're talking about. I don't feel like it's fake. I don't feel like it's put on. I feel like it's just genuine passion for reading, and that is the most common factor about all of the channels that I am subscribed to. Question number 10. What is a fun fact about you or a hobby besides reading/writing that people might not know you have? I've kind of already talked about this on the channel, but I like cooking. I don't like cooking every night for my family. That gets kind of boring and monotonous, and sometimes I just don't really feel like cooking. But then there's those times where I get really inspired and I want to try new recipes and try to make new foods that I've never made before. So that's definitely one hobby I have. I also really enjoy hiking and taking pictures of nature. Those are two things that really just revive my soul. So I love doing those. And the last question, which is question number 11, which booktubers do you tag? This tag has definitely been making the rounds around BookTube. I don't know who's done it and who hasn't, but if you have not done this tag and would like to, consider yourself tagged. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week and happy reading.